Chelik Chof Aleph. This is Parshas Mishpatim, part of the project. This page 133.
Short Sichah. Are you recording this?
Yeah. When in doubt, I'm recording. All right. At the end of this was Parshin. Pasuk Hine Anechi Shaleach Malach Lefanecha Chol Lemer Uliaviyacha El Amokim Asher Chinesi. So, in the pasuk, in the end of the Parshas Mishpatim, behold, I will send an angel before you, and to bring you to the place. Is Rashi Mefarish? What does it mean that I will bring you to the place? You think, okay, the English is sending a malach to bring you there to Yisrael. Is Rashi Mefarish? Asher Achinesi Asher Zimanti Losis Lachet. Rashi says, what does it mean? Achinesi? I have prepared that I have prepared to give you. Or then no, bring Rashi Asaitim Pirish Kedilakawan Siv Beis. And then Rashi brings another explanation discussed below in Siv Beis. That's what Achinesi means. Rashi says, what does it mean? Asher zimanti lachem, losis lachem, that I have prepared to give you. Now, before I learn in some before this is Chachamim, and other before I learn as Rashi Bavarn. What is Rashi Bavarning? What is he telling us? He's Bavarning a question. The pasuk states Asher Achinesi stam. The pasuk says Asher Achinesi, I have prepared on Zoklit Farvemin the Ebrish to Hot Sulit and Mokim. So it says I have prepared without specifying to whom Hashem has prepared the place. So Rashi Mefarish as the Achinesi is Losis Lochem. So therefore Rashi explains what does it mean that I have prepared the place to give to you. And so that's what some of Farshim. So some of Farshim say that the pasuk says, I have prepared, without specifying for whom Hashem had prepared the place. Rashi tells us that Hashem is saying that I have prepared the place to give to you. So the Rebbe, based on this explanation, you could have just said, the pasuk could have added, I have prepared for you. Break the Rebbe Rashi, Atzveitim Pirish, as Asher Chinesi mean, Far Mikayim Nikar Kenegzi, to Beis Hamikdash Shamayla, Mechabe Kenegzi Beis Hamikdash Shamazah, they'll come on the base. Now, this explanation, first of all, could have said, I have prepared Asher Chinesi L'chol. Rashi therefore brings another explanation. The place that I have prepared, Achinesi, means already my place is recognizable opposite it, that the Beis Hamikdash is aligned with the Beis Hamikdash Melmaila. The Beis Hamikdash Shalmaila is aligned with the Beis Hamikdash Shamata. Was late there, Pirish, the Achinesi given la'atzmei. So based on this, it comes out that the Achinesi, the prepared, is the place for himself, for the Eibishter. It says, the pasuk says that I prepared for myself. Now, it doesn't have to say clearly, because when you say Achinesi for myself, it means for oneself. Now, so the Rebbe says, in addition to that, the problem, the Rebbe says, the Pirush is obviously verstanden. Why is this explanation not understood? He says, in that Hapshat, there's well the Chakilis King Kasher was their pasuk zok their Hachinesi stam. To begin with, there's no shaila why the pasuk uses the word Hachinesi without further explaining for who. Well, it says Mu'im Eilav as Hachinesi is Faryilim. Like in Veminus, that's a pasuk. Obviously, when you say Hachinesi, it means for the Yidden. It's a Dovra Pashat. And number two, the Fizah the Ashik Dav Zangin Bikitzer. I'll definitely the Lashon from now, based on this, Rashi could have explained concisely, like the Ibn Ezra says, that I have prepared for you. Why does Rashi explain at length that I have prepared to give to you? And enough, even more so, as Mishana from Lashon Apostle, Hachinesi and Nustam Vort Zimanti. Moreover, Rashi, why does Rashi diverge from the wording used in the Pasuk Hachinesi? Instead, he uses this word Zimanti. Base. Then Rashi continues. This is the simple explanation. Rashi explains the Medrash interpretation is that the place that I have prepared, which means my place is already recognizable opposite it. This is one of the numbers of the Psukim that imply that the Beis Hamikdash is directly aligned with the Beis Hamikdash. Beis Hamikdash Shamayla is directly aligned with the Beis Hamikdash Shamata. The Taver was Rashi is Nachamal Matat Alamakam Ashrachanesi. And Mishpatim Pirish should move on. What's the reason why Rashi in the second explanation repeats the quotation of the words to the place that I have prepared? It's understood. The Ram is to allude to us, to hint, as Loit Midrashi is Glatikir Pshat Aloshin, or to Pasuk Zok El Hamokim. And because based on the Medrash, it's more, it's a nicer Loshin, it's more in lines with the Pasuk with the words, meaning that the words to the place, it El Ha'aris, the Pasuk doesn't say to the land. This Val, the Hachinesi, but Tzitzich Nitzu, it's so not to Makam Midrash. Because when you say to the Hachinesi, it does not refer to the land of Eretz Yisrael, but rather it refers to the base Hamikdash. So the Rebbe says, now, this point still does not pose a compelling challenge to the simple explanation of Rashi. As we find also in the Pasuk that the entire land, as it refers to as a Mokim, is a place for Adarab. On the contrary, is from the continuation of the Pasuk, comes out the Chedum Bukrak, as will have the Afan Amokim, Gamer, that's if Nitzvegen Amokim, Bashim, that's just another Vegan so before. When you look at the continuation of the Pasuk, when it says, and to bring you to the place, refers to the land of Eretz Yisrael, as all not to a specific in the land of Eretz Yisrael. Baal da Braslid Midrashi Aleph. By Tzifte Taich von El Hamokim. So, however, according to the Medrash, number one, the meaning of to the place differs from a simple explanation on base. The Fiza is glad to kid the Lashon, Ashrachanesi Kidakamon, and also the words I have prepared are smoother than according to the Pshat interpretation that's discussed below. Therefore, Rashi quotes the words again when he presents the Medrash. Now, Rashi is doing Meisif. You have to understand also why does Rashi add like an addendum. He says, he says this is one of the several psukim that imply that the Beis Hamikdash from Amayla is aligned with the Beis Hamikdash from Mat. Wir kennen sagen, als das ist ein Indien, was legt sich nicht auf das Seichel von Abben Chamishtamikdash, und der Erfahrung muss Rashi Beisus sein, als wie sagt, bekam Bekemis Masasi Lefover, mit gefittem Indien in der You can't say that this idea that the Beis Hamikdash is aligned with the Beis Hamikdash Samata may be not understood by the Ben Chomesh Lippah, and therefore Rashi has to add the remark to support his interpretation, similar to, he says in other places, I found a companion, a chaver to what I'm saying. So, Val, Rashi, when you get him, is Rashi nicht meisiv die Wörter, die Reihe, was from the Mikdash. The fact is, the Rashi, in two other places, says the idea that the Beis Hamikdash is directly aligned, and in neither of these instances does Rashi add the words. This is one of the several psukim that imply. Gimel. Also, we have to clarify certain nuances in Pirush Rashi. We have Aleph. The marker from Midrash is in Tanchuma. The source of the Medrash is in Tanchuma. Our dart is the Lashon, the Echam HaMikros, HaMesavres, Shemisamida Shalmatan, Mechaven, Kineged Besamida Shalamaylo. Now, the other Tanchuma says this is one of the several psukim that clarify that the Besamida Shalmatan is directly aligned with the Besamida Shalamaylon, with the heavenly Besamida. Versus Rashi Mahapadim say that. So why does Rashi reverse the say? It didn't say Beis Hamikdash Shalmailo, that the Beis Hamikdash Shalmailo is Mechaven connected Beis Hamikdash Shalmata. The Tanchuma uses the lashon. He says Beis Hamikdash Shalamatan is aligned with the Beis Hamikdash Shalmailo. Yet the Medrash says the exact. It's like the main thing is the Beis Hamikdash Shalmata. I was saying that the Beis Hamikdash Shalmailo is aligned with the Beis Hamikdash Shalmata. It's the same thing, but it's the same. The fact is they're both aligned. But the Tanchuma, which is the Makar of the Medrash, says in opposite order. Base, as his dog gives it Rashi, should be Beis Hamikdash Shalmata, Mechaven Kineged Shalmata. Need Beis Hamikdash Shalmata. Versus Rashi Mashkin, the Gears Azut, divert the Beis Hamikdash. So another version, the Rashi says the Beis Hamikdash is directly aligned. Shel Mata. Doesn't add the words Beis HaMikdash. So why does Rashi omit the word Beis HaMikdash? Again, for us, is Rashi mashing the Gishas the red Beis HaMikdash. So why does Rashi omit the word Beis HaMikdash? But Frat, as in the Friedrich Tzvei, there's a Rashi Yadim Lashon Beis HaMikdash Mikdash Shamata, especially since Rashi in the previous two places does include the words Beis HaMikdash. So the Rebbe says like this: the beer and them, the explanation is as follows: Rashi kommt da Bavarnen the Ashad Pshuta and the Verta Asher Achinesi. Rashi is coming to Bavarn a simple explanation, a certain concern with regards to the words Asher Achinesi that I have prepared. Achona badait abastimte and Erinnerung in der Zach. Now, what is prepared? Prepared indicates that something has been modified to make it prepared. Was the mitzvah zimuchen, and it's suitable for a particular thing. Which means that when you say it's prepared, which implies something that's been prepared, it's suitable for a particular purpose. So so now the question, this leads to a question in our post. In was is beistanen der Chinesi von Erzisol zu aufnehmen dort Juden. Wir gefunden it as in is etwas der Stane geworden, jetzt begabe Matzah wie früher. Now, what does it mean? I prepared the land of Eretz Yisrael, because we think it's Eretz Yisrael, to bring the Jewish people there when we find no indication of any change to the land's previous state. We're saying Achinesi means Achana, you're preparing. Preparing means that you're making it, you're modifying it, you're preparing it, and suitable for a particular purpose. What we don't find that the land of Eretz Yisrael, when the Eibishter brought them, we don't find any indication of any change to the land's previous state. On the contrary, the taken from Hemshach Parshas Madgish. If you look at the if you look at the emphasis of the psukim of the parsha, as the land is noch nit muchen for Yidden, it comes out that the land was not prepared for the Jewish people. And Eretz Yisrael zayin das Sheva Umeis, darf sie erst vertreiben von Land, es darf kommen loschen Osid, Chatto, Vagashenu, und noch mehr ist nicht Bosla Korvis, kann nicht sein Begotte von Tior Shmama, or darf gar nicht von Mat Agashenu. If you find, the Torah says, we know that the 7 nations that were living in the land of Eretz Yisrael, and they would have to be first driven out, as the pasuk says, I will annihilate them, I will drive them out, speaking in the future tense. Furthermore, this will not happen immediately, it's going to happen very slowly, it's going to be done gradually, little by little, I shall drive them away. So in is was mean the pasuk mit the Asher Achinesi. So what does the pasuk mean by saying, and to bring you to the place that I have prepared? What exactly did Hashem prepare? So therefore, for Rashi tells us, as Asher Achinesi don't make it too great thing durch Apollo ton is a tight from Afon and become Kemis. So therefore, Rashi tells us over here, Achinesi I have prepared in our pasuk does not mean as in other places that the translation I have prepared, but rather, what does Rashi tell us? Asher zimanti lachem. Rashi says, Asher zimanti lachem, to give to you, zimanti. As his blaze given azmana, zimanti for lashon zimun, I lied them. What is zimanti? Zimun means to invite. Azmana. Ibam ailad agas. It's like you're inviting a guest. Is them ailaden farzich nito. So therefore the pasuk, when he says that Zimun inviting, meaning the pasuk is that Hashem prepared the place only by way of invitation, similar to the way a person invites guests. And his invitation doesn't require an action; it's only it's a verbal notification. So that has been in similarly in our thing that Eberstadt is mastering given to so farther in the sin eating Ziman de Lachem. So what it means that Hashem reserve the land of Eretz Yisrael for the purpose of later gifting it to the Jewish people that I prepared to give to you. Rather, about the Pirish for Nafan Pidev is Hafshad Vishini in the Sach, bring Dashet with the Pirish from the Nashit farm became and you can connect it, but so the Pirish had said Ufkat and Afan of Afshan and the Makim, nor in the Makam Amigdash Lamata, nor in Makam Amigdash Lamalim became and you can connect. However, since in most places when you say Achana means actually preparing, doing something, so therefore Rashi offers another explanation based on the Medrash, a place is already recognizable opposite it. Based on this interpretation, a place was changed and made already, not the place of the Beis Hamikdash, but rather the Beis Hamikdash. A place is recognizable above, opposite it. My time is Rashi B'Daik, Beis Hamikdash Shalmaila Mechav Gereg Beis Hamikdash Shalmata. Nitten them Fakert and say the question not Tanchuma. We asked, why doesn't the Medrash, which the source is Tanchuma, why doesn't he use the same lashon? Rashi did never does while the Pula Afana is given in them or from Mikdash Shalmaila. As Mekoimi from Beis Hamikdash Shalmaila is given Nicker connected from the Beis Hamikdash from the Mokim Mikdash Shalmata. So because what he's telling us is that my place became recognizable opposite from he does not say the reverse, because the preparation occurred in the place of the Beis Hamikdash, Mikdash Shalmaila, which means my place became recognizable opposite it, which means opposite from the place of the Beis Hamikdash Shalmaila.
It was something, and then we'll be showing you guys around it.